Good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome to Freedom Homestead. I'm Tangie. It is almost 9:30, and we're gonna vlog today.
What makes your garden grow? Water and sunshine. What makes your spirit grow? Knowing that she'll be mine.
We're gonna hang out. Jack is off today. We were actually planning on going to the Heartland Homesteaders picnic, but last night we were looking at all that we have to do today, and we just decided that it would be better, since he's off today, to use the manpower and the time and try to make a dent in that basement. We're gonna bring you guys along, and I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing really quick. Okay, so I'm starting off with making breakfast. This is leftover baked potatoes. I actually made these in my pressure cooker yesterday, my electric pressure cooker. Never done that before. It was 15 minutes in the pressure cooker. I did 6 potatoes, and normally that would take about an hour in the oven. So I also just cooked up some bacon. This is not quite a pound. I'm gonna drain some of this grease. I'm a good Southern girl, y'all. I saved my bacon grease. So I'm actually gonna just, I was gonna cut up an onion. Hang on a minute. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut up an onion. Oh, I think I've got part of one in the fridge. All right, so I'm just gonna soften these. And then I'm gonna add my baked potatoes to crisp up. That looks really good. Okay, so Jack is already downstairs painting. So the plan today is to hopefully get all of the walls painted downstairs. And I think Jack is also hoping to go ahead and start on painting the floors. So we're still in the home recovery process. If you are new here, back on May 4th, we had some substantial damage to our home when our back basement wall collapsed. We've been home now for a week, and we are very excited to be here, but there's still so much to be done. I'm also redoing my kitchen. As you can see, I have popped some tiles off from the backsplash. We have to replace these floors because we had some damage to our laminate flooring. And so, so our house is just getting a whole new makeover. So before I started breakfast, I was thumbing through a new book that I just got. This one. I've been wanting this book forever. And I finally broke down and got it. It was $19.99 on Amazon. Okay, my peppers and onions look good, so I'm gonna throw the potatoes in. Might need a little bit more bacon grease to go in there. So one of the things that I really missed about being home was seeing my chickens every morning. So it has been really awesome to be here, hear Cap crow first thing in the morning, and then just go out there and see them. And I love how they all run towards you. They're so awesome. And getting the eggs right after they've been laid. So as I was telling you earlier, I spent my quiet time this morning thumbing through the Nourishing Traditions cookbook. But then as I was finished, and I knew I was coming in here to wash up and start some breakfast, I watched a video from the Stivers Homestead. And I highly recommend you watch it. Zach is putting down some big truths about things that are happening in our nation right now, even across the world. Let me show you something else I plan on tackling today, hopefully. Yesterday I went across the street to my neighbor's apple trees and picked this huge bag. He also has a green apple tree, and I didn't get very many of those. Most of those had bad spots, like big black rotting spots on them. But I mean, that's a good size bag. So hopefully I'll be making some apple butter later today. Yeah, just about done. right, friends, we have finished eating and now we are down in the basement. Jack has already gotten 2 coats on this wall. We haven't finished the pillars yet, but it looks really, really good. Yeah. So Jack, during our live that we did this past Monday, he did kind of do a tour of the basement. So I'll show y'all part of it now. This, of course, is the new wall. This is the wall that fell. And then, so what we did to stabilize the walls or enforce the walls, we had pillars put in. These are existing walls right here. Then we also added interior walls and created rooms. So this room is the larder or the extended pantry. This is where we will keep home canned goods, as well as you know, just things that we grow in the garden, and of course things that we will store from, you know, what we purchase. And then we also plan on having some deep freezers along this wall. Then, of course, this is the center of the basement. Here's the new wall. This area is going to be like a living room area. This little room over here, we plan on making a bathroom. I forgot to mention this room will be a study or an office area for Jack. And then over here, we'll just have a bonus room. So anyway, that is what is going on. And there's Jack. So what we're using to paint the exterior wall is dry lock, which prevents, I guess, moisture from seeping through the...
It waterproofs
the
blocks.
It waterproofs the blocks. Now, we did have the outside of the wall waterproofed. A guy came and put this black tar looking stuff on it, and then put some like styrofoam boards or something, and he said that'll keep the water out. So we're doing it inside and outside. And again, this whole wall is has rebar and concrete pumped into it, and then reinforced again with these pillars. So yeah, it's everyone that has seen the job on our basement has said these walls aren't going anywhere.
It's also got interior walls now teed into it.
Right.
So not only is it built as solid as it can be built, it's even got more walls against it now. So
Right.
at least we've taken care of that problem.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so that is the basement. I'm probably going to, I have my grow lights right here. You can see where the hooks are hanging. The grow lights survived the crash. So hopefully come late winter, early spring, I will have all of that set back up to start more seeds. A couple of years ago, our basement did flood because we just had record number rains. And part of the issue is that where the basement water daylights is actually higher than our basement is. So we had this sump pump installed, and that we've not had any water in here since then, except for, you know, when our wall collapsed. But we are actually having a second one installed on the other side of the basement. And it's going to be in the room where like our deep freezer is and everything. So we just, you know, that's just going to be extra protection from that. And in case you're wondering where the water now daylights, we have a new drainage system. The yard was graded. We have taken every possible measure to keep water away from the house. Hey, Ruger. All right, friends, it is actually 4 o'clock. We do not know how the time has snuck up on us like it has. I have run out of the dry lock, so I'm going to, I guess, call it quits for now. I don't know. I'll have to see what Jack wants me to do. But for now, we decided to stop and eat a little something we hadn't eaten since our big breakfast this morning. It really, really stuck to our ribs, and we were able to get a lot of stuff done before we decided to stop and eat. So We just had sandwiches. I put mine on the Aldi sourdough bread, which I just did a grocery haul. That sourdough bread is phenomenal. And then he just had his on regular bread. But Jack's mom and dad grew some beautiful watermelon in their garden and gave us one. So I just had some, and I'm going to take, this is just some tomato bits and watermelon seeds. I'm going to take that out to the chickens while I collect eggs. So let's go together. There's my pretty girls. Hi, sweeties. All right, I got y'all a treat. There's Cap. Keeping everybody in line. Come on, girls. Come on, Cap. So speaking of the watermelon, I put the rind out here, and I mean, that is all that's left. They really went to town on it. Here you go, ladies and gents. Not a lot of scraps, but still good though, right? Right? All right, I don't know why they're laying at this end. They usually lay over there in the nesting boxes, but okie dokie. So here is the volunteer Roma tomato plant that started growing. We've harvested several tomatoes, and I think we've eaten all of them so far. So yeah, we have a lot of work cut out for us. This of course is where the garden was last year, and Jack just went through and mowed it down, but I mean there's still cleanup to do, and somewhere under some of that grass we've got a whole lot of wood chips. But yeah, I mean it just, and of course our raised beds over there, it's just a mess. Here's my Liberty garden, aka the herb garden. Looks like I've got some onions trying to grow there. Cool. But yeah, this is my sage plant. I definitely need to cut it back. And then my thyme, I actually have harvested some thyme and have it drying in the house. I'll probably need to come out here and cut some of the new growth, and then do the same thing with the sage, and then dry it, and then grind it up. But yeah, there's not anything voluntary over here. It's all just weeds that I can see. When they were scooping out the dirt, they ended up taking a beam that was right there that we had as part of our raised bed. So I'm thinking we're probably going to take all this up. I don't know what we're going to do about the strawberry beds. I would really like to keep them. It needs to be cleaned out, but it's just a big old mess. But yeah, we were talking about just taking it all up, scraping it all down, and just starting fresh with all of it. Taking up the fence, everything, and just starting new. There's honestly so much that I would not even know where to begin. There's just a lot. There's just a lot. Somebody had actually mentioned, I think it was in one of our lives, about having just having some of our Homestead friends out here for one day and just getting a whole bunch of stuff done and then having a cookout. And I really, 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 really love that idea. Well, Jack was right. He said he saw a volunteer tomato plant in here, and there it is, but I don't see any fruit on it, but I think it's just because it's overtaken with weeds. There are some little buds. Maybe if we clean it out, we'll be able to harvest some tomatoes from this before the frost sets in. You want a treat? What? Yeah. What? You want a treat? What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Didn't realize you wanted a treat. There you go. All right, so since we are done painting for the day, and it's 4:22, I am going to start on the apples. I won't get them canned today, but I can at least get the apple butter made today. First, I need to clear out my sink. I've got clean dishes in one side, and I've got a couple of dirty dishes in the other side. And yeah, let's get this started. Hey, so I have to tell you guys, I started washing the apples with the soft side and they did okay, but then I turned around to the scrubby side. Game changer. This is really, really fantastic for root vegetables, potatoes, carrots. I mean, it almost takes the peeling off, and it can take the peeling off. It's also really good for corn silks. It's good at taking those off, but this really is a great product for working kitchens. Tell you guys something that happened off camera, which is pretty awesome. So something that we kept down in the basement was my keyboard. I don't play very well, I play by ear, but I had a keyboard that I had gotten for Christmas a few years ago that's almost like an electric piano, sort of. But anyway, so of course it was in the basement and then everything happened. So when we took out what we could salvage, the keyboard was one of the things that was on the opposite side of the basement. So Jack had put it in the garage. Well, Parker has been teaching himself to play, and so he wanted to take it to the house that we were staying in. Well, we never could get it to work. So we just figured somehow it must have gotten damaged or something, but I wanted to hang on to it just to make sure, you know, if it needed a new cord or something. Well, turns out that we didn't get the right cord out of the garage. So Jack just found the cord that actually goes to the keyboard and it works fine. So that is a huge relief and I'm really excited about that. So we'll set that back up down in the basement later. That's a relief, you know, kind of finding those little creature comforts. Okay, so let's get back to the apples. All right, so this is the gadget that I use to peel apples. My mom gave me this several years ago, and it is an Acme apple peeling machine. And it looks quite old, but, and I don't know if I need to change the blade on this. I'm sure I do. Well, that probably took a lot longer than it should have, but this whole bowl is filled, where are we at, with beautiful apples. I'm so pleased with how beautiful those apples are. And as you can see over here, my chickens are about to have a feast. Okay, I need to stretch my back out a little bit, and I am going to take this beautiful, huge bowl of apple scraps to my chickens. They are gonna be so happy. By the way, if you haven't noticed my hat, Blake, Daddy Curbs, sent me this hat, seems like a million years ago, but he started doing lives on Saturday morning. I don't know if he does them anymore, but I was a moderator for his channel for a little while. It was just whenever I could hop on. Anyway, and he sent me this hat and he even signed underneath, so that was pretty cool of him. So my plan is I'm going to take these scraps out to the chickens. When I come back in, I'm going to start dinner. While dinner's going, then I will get those apples in the crock pot with the seasonings and brown sugar and start making apple butter. Parker pointed out the sun. It really doesn't do it justice, but it literally looks like an orange-red marble in the sky. It's crazy. They literally came running, and I wish I got it on video because that was really cute. All right, look out, ladies. Come on, girls. Here they come. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that mountain of yumminess. Eat it. All right, so all of my apples filled up my crock pot. So I'm doing a tablespoon of vanilla and a tablespoon of lemon juice. And this is gonna cook on low all night long. And in the morning, I'll get up and add the sugar and spices and...
Are you making apple butter?
Yeah, girl.
Sweet.
I know.
Apple butter?
Apple butter, baby.
Coffee, if you buy, what's a Patriot? Patriot blend or something like that, that $1 of every bag is gonna go to the firefighters.
Oh, cool.
All the firefighters, like the families that died.
You're not living.
Yeah, it's gonna go to their memorial.
Cool. Have you seen the guy that's like pushing the cart? He's like, I don't remember.
All right, you guys. So we were standing around talking about 9/11 and talking about a coffee that we heard about today on Charlie Kirk's podcast called Minuteman Coffee. It's Patriot owned. I think he was a firefighter, first responder. And you know, he's a lover of freedom. And so they have Minuteman Coffee. We're going to check it out. Anyway, so yeah, we really like Black Rifle Coffee. We love companies that support our troops. We don't buy Black Rifle coffee all the time because it is like $15 a bag. Not saying it's not worth it, just saying it's not in the budget. So, but we do try to get it every now and then, like when we see it. Usually our favorite gun shop carries it. I think Cabela's carries it. So anyway, but yeah, we'd like to try out Minuteman Coffee and see what we think about that as well. All right, you guys, so for dinner, it is 7:22 and I'm just now starting dinner. So it's going to be super simple. We are going to do spaghetti. So marinara sauce, got my spaghetti noodles, going to get out a pound of ground beef, make it really simple. And you know, it'll be ready in like 20 minutes. We're going to end the vlog for tonight. Have used my hand blender and look at that beautiful apple butter.